Hi friends, welcome back. After looking at the example how to use a K-map to minimize a boolean expression, now let us use or define some conventions that can simplify our problem statement, and hence we can define bigger problems and then use K-maps for solving that. This form of Boolean expression, if you look carefully in our normal algebraic term, this is a product and three products are summed together. So in our Boolean language, this type of expression is called sum of products. So there are products and they are summed up, and they are also called min terms, represented by small m. So these are the eight combinations, and if we use this as a binary number, 000 represents 0 in decimal, 001 represents 1, 010 represents 2, and so on. So starting from 0 goes up to 7. If we convert this combination, taking that as a binary number, converting into decimal, we get 0 to 7. So this convention is used to define this combination as minterm 0, this combination minterm 1, this as minterm 2, this as minterm 3, this as minterm 4, this as minterm 5, this is minterm 6, and finally this is minterm 7. So if you want to say what is L, L is 001, 001 is M1, or 010, 010 is M2, or 011, 011 is M3. So we can write this way. But when the so this one is a simpler convention than this one, writing too many combinations is little confusing. So instead of writing this version, we can very comfortably write this version. So when there are many variables, then this becomes too complicated to write. So in place of that, if you can find out the minterms of each combination, then we can simply write it this way. And if these numbers are large, then this can also be represented as a summation m 1 comma 2 comma 3. This 1 is written here, this 2 is written here, this 3 is written here. It is read as m1 or m2 or m3. So that's another convention that simplifies the representation of the problem, not the solution. So solution, again we have to go to K-map, and for each of these cells write a 1, other cells will be 0, and then find the pairs and then continue. Done. Okay, let's continue and try to solve some more problems. Now we have some y is 0, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So what does this say? Let's check out how does it look like. So by default, let me use ABC as our inputs. 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0. So these two are swapped just to make sure that all neighboring cells have only one variable changing, all other variables will remain same. Done. So this is 0 cell. So we want a high for y. Then this is cell number 1. Sorry, this is cell 1. This is cell 2. This is cell 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. So in all 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are missing. That means the output y will be 0 for 4 and 5. So how can we solve this? Yes, definitely you can see pairs. So I can take this as one pair. So if I take this as one pair, what do I get? In this, b is common 0, a is common 0. So I get a bar, b bar for this. Okay. Then I can take this pair. Then b is common, a bar is common. So we get a bar b. And then let's have this one. So here b is common, a is common, so it is ab. So anything can be done. Yeah, I can see that here a bar is common, b is changing, and here in these two a bar is common, b is changing, and in these two a is changing, b is common. Okay, then we can continue our thing and say that as we did in our previous case, this is used two times, so let me write it two times. And then from this a bar is common, b is eliminated. From this b is common, a is eliminated, and that's going to be our answer. So what is a bar? A bar means this one, and in this term b and c are missing. That means b should not be same, c should not be same. In these two cases b is same, in these two cases c is same, in these two cases b is same, in these two cases c is same. So sometimes b is same, sometimes c is same, but all the time none of them are same. So if I can combine these two, what did I do here? A bar b bar or a bar b. This is a bar b bar, this was a bar b. I combined these two and I got this. So can it be taken as one full this set instead of doing it two times? Can we take it as one and say, so for all these four cells you have one, all four are neighbors. So here b is changing, c is changing for all four. Neither b is common nor c is common. What is common is only a bar is common. Yeah. Okay, next these two. What is a bar b? A bar b is this combination and ab is this combination. Combining these two means combining these two means we are working on this. In this case, b is common, c is not common, a is also not common, so you get only b. Oh, that's it. So now you don't have to depend only on pairs. Now, if you can find four cells which are neighbors, then yes, you can combine them together. So if you combine pairs, one eliminates. If you combine in quads, two variables get eliminated. As you can see here, first case C eliminated, second case B eliminated, first case C eliminated, second case A eliminated. That means in all, in this B and C both eliminated, in this A and C both eliminated. So that means if you use four at a time, then you can have two variables eliminated. Okay, then what all are possible quads? Let me use a bigger one so that it becomes easier to talk of. Okay, what all quads can be used? These four cells can be acquired. These four cells can be acquired. These four cells can be acquired. And these two cells together can be acquired. That means these two together can be acquired. Or all these four can be acquired. All these four can be acquired. So there are one, two, three, four, five, six possibilities of having a quad. So shall we check up with some more examples? Okay. So what is to be done? Is aim is to simplify. Therefore, whenever possible, go for a quad. If quad is not possible, then go for pair. If pair is not possible, go for a single. So that means start from the biggest possible thing. So let me define a problem. So for 0 0 combination, we wanted a 0. For 0 0 1 0 0 combination, we want a 1. For 1 0 1, we want a 1. For 1 1 0, we want a 1. For 1 1 0 1 1, we want a 1. For this, we want a 1. For this, we want a 1. Okay, what about this? So let me say this, we want a 1. So what does this say? How do you use? Yeah, these four can be acquired. Done. So whatever this can be a single, this can be a pair, or this can be a quad. So best thing would be to go for a quad. So what should I do with this? This can be taken as a single, or it can be paired with this, or it can be paired with this. But better use this quad. So this is having three quads. That means for this quad it is A, and for this quad it is C, and for this quad it is B. For this quad it is A. For this quad A is changing, B is changing, only C is common, which is equal to 1, therefore it is C. For this quad A is changing, B is same, which is 1, therefore it is B. C is also changing, so it is A or C or B. Done. So then how about this? What is it saying? Yes? Yes, definitely. So it simply says that the output does not depend on A or B or C. Whatever be the combination of A, B, C, the output is going to be always 1. Then why should we bother about ABC? Just connect the output to VCC, that makes it 1. So here in this case the output is 1. So F A comma B comma C is equal to 1. So I'm just trying to say this explicitly because it is for the problem which is having 3 variables A, B and C, and for all 8 combinations we found that output is going to be 1, and hence I can write it like this. So how should I get this from here? So as we did, you can try using 2 quads. So let me use 2 rows as 2 quads. So the first row talks about A bar, second row talks about A, and both together is going to make 1. So if I use this quad, it says A bar. If I use this quad, it says A. So 2 together will make it 1. So instead of that, why not take all 8 cells together, because all 8 cells are having 1 and they are neighbors, so I can combine all 8 cells like this and then see what all are varying. A is varying, so I don't write. B is varying, I don't write. C is varying, I don't write. So neither A nor B nor C is varying, then what is it? It should be 1 all the time. That's what we are trying to say. So that's a 3 variable K map. So many more problems we can continue solving. But as of now, I think the conceptual part is clear. So we can get ahead into a bigger problem. That means, what if there are 4 variables? So that's the topic of our next session. So till then, take care. See you. Bye.